As soon as Jake laid eyes on the dusty old trunk in the corner of the attic, he knew he had to dig through it. His grandparents had passed away a few years ago, and his mom had been planning to clean everything out, but she just hadn't gotten around to it yet. As he lifted the lid, a musty smell wafted out, and he was met with a stack of old photographs, a broken clock, and a mysterious device with a small screen and a bunch of buttons. It was labeled 10-second time machine in faded letters. Jake's curiosity was piqued. He had always loved science fiction and the idea of time travel, but he never thought he'd stumble upon something like this in his own attic. He carefully picked up the device, feeling a strange, tingling sensation in his fingers. As he examined it closer, he noticed that there were different settings on the screen, each with a specific date and time. He decided to start with the first setting, which read January 12th, 1995. He pressed the button, and the screen flickered to life. Suddenly, he felt a strange sensation, like he was being lifted out of his body. When the world snapped back into focus, Jake found himself standing in the middle of his own backyard. But something was off. The trees were smaller, and the grass was shorter. And then he saw it. His mom, sitting on the porch steps, reading a book. But she was little, like a kid. Jake's mind was racing. He had really done it. He had traveled back in time. But for how long? And what was he supposed to do? He looked at the device in his hand and saw that the screen was counting down from 10 seconds. He knew he had to get back to the attic before it was too late. As he made his way back to the trunk, he felt a rush of excitement. He had 10 seconds to take it all in. He was standing in the middle of his childhood, and he was about to change his whole understanding of the world. When he got back to the attic, he collapsed onto the trunk, gasping for air. He looked at the device, still clutched in his hand, and knew that he had to try it again. This time he wanted to see something more significant. He set the device for the day his parents got married and pressed the button. The world around him dissolved into a blur, and when it snapped back into focus, he was standing on the beach, watching his parents laugh and dance under the stars. For the next 10 seconds, Jake was transported to a moment in his family's history that he never wanted to forget. He knew that he would never look at his parents the same way again. As the countdown reached 0, Jake found himself back in the attic, the device still clutched in his hand. He looked around, trying to process what had just happened. He knew that he had to be careful, but he couldn't wait to try it again.